BiomedRx Optimum Woman is the only woman's high-potency full-spectrum multiple vitamin supplement to contain 56 nutrients, including those most important for today's woman, such as calcium for bone health, iron for healthy red blood cells, beta-carotene, biotin for nail and hair health, gamma-linoleic acid from evening primrose oil, octasanol, grapeseed extract, a potent antioxidant important for maintaining capillary strength, and vegetarian digestive enzymes. Visit www.biomedrxsupplements.com.
Gold label quality BiomedRx CBD oil is made from organic hemp that is locally grown, glyphosate-free, gluten-free, non-GMO, homogenized, third-party tested, and CO2 extracted. Visit www.biomedrxcbd.com.
Hi, this is Devin Lockett, the president of JobSite Route. As the son of a general contractor, I know how difficult it can be to get good food on the job site. And letting your construction workers leave the job site to buy lunch just takes valuable time away from them being on the site. I've developed an app and a program that will bring a steady stream of food trucks to your job sites every month for the low price of only $100 per month per site. That comes up to about $3 per day to have a steady stream of food trucks coming to your job sites all day, every working day. You can also contact the food trucks ahead of time and pre-order your food from the menu on our app. This saves valuable time for your construction workers and for you. It also sends a variety of delicious food served on Southern California food trucks to your job sites all day. When you think about it, it only makes sense to join the JobSite Route Network. How's everybody doing? Welcome. Here we are on Boxing Day, the day after Christmas, 2022.
And I just wanted to talk to you guys about, I'm seeing a lot of traffic online about the passport bros, right? Everybody's talking about the passport bros. And, I don't know, man. I mean, I guess I can consider myself one of the original passport bros. I've been carrying and using my passport for many, many years. I was stationed overseas when I was in the military years ago. And so, I came of age as a sexual being in Spain. I was stationed in Spain, and I traveled throughout Europe and did a lot of world travel since then, since my military time. And most of my experiences have been with what we would consider foreign women, I guess you can say. And I'm just going to be perfectly honest with you. There's no reason for me to lie about that. All of my children were born of women who were born outside of the United States. And, like I said, there's no reason for me to lie about that. So I guess you can say I'm one of the original passport bros. But, there's a way to do things, right? There's a way to be a passport bro. There's a way to go about traveling internationally, and there's a way to go about traveling internationally in search of love. That is a fact. And if you are going to be embarking on such an endeavor, I would caution one to heed the words that I'm about to speak in this video. I am doing this straight off the cuff. I'm freestyling, if you will. I haven't prepared any notes or any such thing. I'm just giving you straight from the heart and from my own experiences. Okay, I was stationed overseas at the tender age of 19 years old. That's right, 19, I think almost 20, or maybe just turning 20. I don't know. But I was a baby. I was very, very much a baby. And I sold my wild oats, if you will, at a time in the 1980s in Spain, which was a great, very, very good time to be in Spain, the 1980s. That was a time when they were maybe just 15 or 16 years out of the reign of the dictator Francisco Franco. And if you don't understand anything about the history of Spanish culture, the culture of Spain, you should study up on Spanish culture and learn about it. But if you are familiar with Spanish culture, then you'd understand that Francisco Franco was a very stern and strict dictator, and he kept the country, basically isolated. Francisco Franco took control of Spain in 1943, 42, 43. This was right about the time of the Second World War. Francisco Franco, Spain did not participate in World War II because at the time, Spain was also already undergoing their own revolution, their own fascist revolution. And just as, Germany had Hitler and Italy had Mussolini, well, Spain had Francisco Franco. And when I was first stationed in Spain, Francisco Franco's image was still printed on the currency, on the money. Yes, they were still using Spanish pesetas, and many of these pesetas still had the image of Francisco Franco. I remember the 100 peseta, 100 peseta piece. It was like a buck. It spends like $1 in the Spanish economy, or at least it used to. And it was a nice little chunk of metal, and about the size of a quarter, but probably double the thickness. And it had, por la gracia de Dios, Francisco Franco. They had, for the grace of God, Francisco Franco's image printed on it, with his image, right, with his face printed on it. And so I've seen a lot. I've been around a lot. This was pre-Euro Europe. There was no Euro at the time. I was actually there when the Euro was introduced, on the year that the Euro was introduced in Spain. And the thing I can remember the most is that I understood at that time, even though I was, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, I was a kid, I could remember at that time that I understood that I should take advantage of everything in this part of the world that I'm never going to see again when I leave Spain. And so most American GIs, especially those who are lucky enough to serve in Europe, have this understanding. And so we tend to enjoy the finer things in life that can only be offered in the world capital cities, such as Madrid and Paris and London. And if we happen to be lucky enough to be stationed near these places. And the 1980s was a very, very good time. Okay, I'm going to be perfectly straight with you. The 1980s was a great time for this to take place. I spent a lot of time at the Prado Museum. I spent a lot of time in the Moncloa area of Madrid. In fact, even though I was stationed in Spain in the United States Air Force, I also attended the University of Madrid while I was stationed there. I did this out of my own pocket. The United States government does provide tuition assistance for GIs to attend college, but they don't do this for, at least at the time, they didn't provide tuition assistance for foreign study or study at foreign universities. Because at the time in Spain, the Air Force provided us with courses available from the University of Maryland, which is where I took my first college credits, university credits in Spain, the University of Maryland university, European campus in Spain. And so I studied 4 years of college Spanish and science and psychology and medicine as much as I could at that particular base, and worked toward my associates. But off base, I went downtown and I registered at the Moncloa at the Instituto de Bellas Artes de San Fernando. Now, this was the same art school that Pablo Picasso studied at. And you can see behind me is my painting here. And one of my paintings, I'm working on a self-portrait. Artists tend to work on self-portraits from time to time during their career. I don't only do self-portraits. In fact, I'm about to take this canvas down. I've got a little bit more work to do on it, but you know what they say, a painting is done when you do more to it and it doesn't do more for it. So I'm working in very light glazes on this painting, and I'm gonna see what I can produce for myself on this. But if not, I'm gonna roll it up or frame it up and hang it somewhere or donate it somewhere or whatever. But what I want to say is my experience, was different than any of the other GIs that I served with. I had friends that were in the military, and some of them, I even had as roommates from time to time. But most Americans tend to be ethnocentric. We're an ethnocentric country. And when I was stationed overseas, a lot of the Americans that were stationed with me, they were kind of stick in the muds, man. They would complain, that, there's no shopping malls, and, they don't have this like we have in the States, and they don't have that like we have in the States. And by whining and griping and pissing and moaning and bitching about all of the things that you miss about home that are not there in the country, the host country, I found it, more logical to get out and to enjoy that which there was to enjoy there in Spain. Now, the University of Madrid, of which Bellas Artes is a part of, is located in the Moncloa area of Madrid. This is the same area as the White House and, the government, the Congress and everything. And it's a great area, right? I love college towns. I love university areas, no matter where you are in the world, right? The areas of academia are always peaceful and beautiful. And, you get to meet a lot of foreigners that are not necessarily Spaniards. A lot of ladies that are studying in Spain, but they're from somewhere else, all over the world. And that, having that experience,
even superheroes and supermodels need a daily dose of nutrients to help make life more super. BiomedRx Supplements is making it easy to get exactly what you need. From kids to seniors, they've got something for everyone. Pretty cool, right? Check out their products at BiomedRxSupplements.com.
So that experience, right, having that dual experience, having access to the military base as a member of the United States Air Force, and having access to the campus of the University of Madrid as a University of Madrid student, right, gave me, it greatly enhanced my experience in Spain. Now, with reference to dating, okay, yes, there was a very small community of Americans in Spain when I was stationed there. There's about 200 Americans total, right, stationed when I was stationed there. And therefore, the dating pool among Americans, among, American women or other GIs is slim. And I wasn't really into, shitting where I eat. I wasn't really into dating GIs anyway. So it didn't take me very long before I was learning and speaking Spanish fluently and dating quite ardently off base. The nightlife in Madrid is incredible. So if you like to party, Madrid, Spain is the place to party. The clubs don't even open until midnight. It's not until 2 or 3 in the morning when the party just gets started. So you can really enjoy yourself if you like that nightlife. And there are beautiful women from all over the world in the international club scene in Madrid. I got into modeling in Madrid as well while I was stationed there. Yes, I used to be young and handsome enough to model. And this was all a very awakening experience for me. Not only because I was stationed overseas, but because I was near the world capital city of Madrid. This is what I'm trying to get across to you. Now, a lot of the brothers are talking about passport bros. I understand the lure of going to all of the countries in the Caribbean and Latin America. I understand the lure of going to all of the countries in Asia as well. When I started BiomedRx, I started it in Miami in 1996, and I accessed the entire Caribbean and Latin America via the Miami International Airport. That's my client base was throughout the Caribbean and Latin American countries. And so I totally get it. I've been to just about every island in the Caribbean, and I totally understand the cultural differences that would make men want to seek women who have not been, I guess you could say, tainted or destroyed, if you will, by feminism. I mean, feminism has serving to be a very destructive force in interpersonal sexual relations between men and women here in the United States. And not that feminism itself is bad or is a bad idea, but it's being used right now, which of course it is. But what I'm saying right now is that feminism, as we understand it, is being used to destroy our society, to divide and conquer our society. And this is having a very destructive effect on the state of dating between men and women, the state of love, American style, or the state of dating between men and women. You have to pardon the noise. That's my cat having his way with the cardboard boxes as I unload my office from the BiomedRx Health Center into this new location in my home office. That's why I'm giving you guys these alternate views so that you can see what's going on in the background. I still have some boxes to uncover. I still have some boxes to unpack. So my advice, if you're going to be traveling, is yes, the beaches of the Caribbean are fine, and so are the women of the Caribbean. The it's even more so in Latin America. In Latin America, you're going to find, if you're looking for more traditional women to get married to and have families and stuff, Latin America is probably where you want to look. Now, wherever you go, remember class, right, is very important. It's not only what culture you're shopping for your partner in, it's also what social class she happens to occupy. And the rules are the same whether you live here in the United States or whether you live anywhere else in the world. You want a good girl. Now, unfortunately, a lot of the brothers that are traveling haven't had the fatherly, the paternal instinct or the paternal influence to sit them down and talk to them about what it means to look for a permanent woman, a keeper, right? Most of us don't go far past the physical, let's be honest, right? And a lot of us don't even go to the physical. We'll ignore an ugly face if a girl has a nice ass. Let's tell the truth. So you got to get out of that mentality. You got to get out of even looking for the beauty queen. And most men can't get past looking for the beauty queen. And this could be kind of tricky because some countries that you'll go to, you'll find that the ratio of very attractive women to land whales is reversed from what it is here in the United States. In other words, if you close your eyes on a busy city street in America and reach your arms out and grab 10 women, you're probably going to end up throwing 6 of them back immediately, and maybe 2 of them are going to be overweight but kind of cute, and maybe you might find one that you could date, but then she'll turn out to be some crazy leftist or whatever, and she'll have some ridiculous shit to say, and it'll just destroy it all. So, but in other countries, you will find that on the physical alone, we're not even talking about free of feminist bullshit. On physical looks alone, you may find that 6 or 7 of the ladies that you will encounter, in places like Puerto Rico or Cebu or Brazil or Rio, but where in many other places too, that the majority of them, and I do mean the majority, well over half, are going to be women that you would take seriously as far as a sexual partner is concerned. And then culturally, right? Culturally, that's the main thing that we're looking for. But like I said, I was spoiled. I was in Madrid. I had the opportunity to meet some really classy ladies. And, a lot of people talk about, a lot of American women say, oh, well, you're just exploiting them because they're poor and they want to get away from poverty and all the rest of that. That hasn't been my experience. Like I said, Madrid is a capital city. A lot of the women that I've met never even thought about, living in the United States one day or anything. Now, is that the same for people in poorer countries that we may consider developing countries? I hate that word, or second world and third world countries. I don't really know. I don't know if it's the same for those countries. But what I'm saying is it was very nice to be able to travel, not only to travel on vacation and to say I got the t-shirt or been there and done that and got the t-shirt, but to have actually spent years living in and near a world capital city that is outside of the culture of the United States. And I applaud the brothers that are mustering up enough courage to become passport bros. I applaud you. I am still a passport bro. I will always be a passport bro. Believe that. But when you are in a foreign environment, remember that you are making the same observations that you would make or you're supposed to be making here, even though those qualities that you may be looking for don't exist here. You should be looking for the good girl. You should be looking for a young lady who knows both of her parents and has a favorable opinion of them, especially of her father. You should meet a young lady who knows her father and actually has a good relationship with her father. You should meet a young lady whose parents have invested, what they would say, someone from a good family, whose parents maybe have invested in an education for her. So if you put yourself in these environments, you have much of a better chance of meeting the right lady for your life, the right young lady for your life. And if you just want to go out and hang out in the bars, then you're going to meet the bar girls. And this was the same for me when I was stationed in Spain. You know, a lot of the guys that did get off base, they didn't get much farther than the town.
Gold label quality BiomedRx CBD oil is made from organic hemp that is locally grown, glyphosate-free, gluten-free, non-GMO, homogenized, third-party tested, and CO2 extracted. Visit www.biomedrxcbd.com.
I was saying, a lot of the guys that did not get much farther than the town of Torrejon, which is where the base was. And of course, you know, where the base is, where the base town is, there's always going to be the setups, just like on An Officer and a Gentleman. They're going to be the community of people that are accustomed to living in close proximity to an American military base, and they and their daughters and sons are going to prepare their lives accordingly, in accordance to having these welcomed or unwelcomed guests in their country. And so I do not recommend, if you're going to be stationed overseas, that you hang out in the base area bars or the places that a lot of base people frequent, if you can avoid it, right? Maybe hang out and have a drink or two, but then mosey your way down to the places where you are rare as an American, that your presence is rare, and that you are rare, that you're a rarity. You want to try as much as you can to blend into the local culture. So in other words, take a little bit of money when you go there and prepare to go to a haberdashery. Prepare to go to a men's suit shop. And even if you don't buy a suit, buy yourself a nice cashmere sport coat or something nice that is worn by the local people there, so that you look like a local. Not only like a local, but that you look like a handsome, good-looking local. And don't just get yourself one outfit, try to get yourself two. Now, I know this can be kind of expensive, especially if you're in a world capital city like Madrid, because there are some very, very good tailors in Madrid, Spain, just like there are very good tailors in, Milan and Paris. So you're going to be careful, but that's very important. You want to look like someone who's taking care of himself. And let me tell you something to my Americans. Leave the Jordans at home. Everywhere you go, if you're going to go to a European capital city, everywhere you go, everywhere you try to get into, they're going to look down and look at your shoes. No one cares how much you paid for your Jordans, okay? Get some nice, shiny dress shoes, what you call dress shoes. At least get a good pair of penny loafers. But get yourself some nice shiny shoes, some leather shoes, and only wear those and always wear those. Try not to represent hip-hop culture when you go overseas. Hip-hop culture is an embarrassment to Black American society and an embarrassment to Black American culture. I don't know how you personally feel about it, but leave the garbage home. Leave the loose-fitting prison guard outfit, costume, clown wear, gold chains, and all of that home. No one really appreciates it, and no one, like I said, you're looking for class. You want to represent yourself like someone who has class. I mean, this is really, I'm coming at you from the heart. I'm one of the original passport bros, okay? I came of age as a sexual being in Madrid, Spain. And, you know, I got it on, right? I got mine on. You can believe that. I don't want to even start talking stats, but believe me, I ain't been waiting for female attention, especially in the foreign spheres. Okay. Later on in life, after being stationed in Spain and studying there, I got a chance to go back to Europe. I did theater in London with the Hittite Empire. I've even performed in the nude in London and doing theater and for the Hittite Empire. And I've had the opportunity to travel. Like I said, when I started BiomedRx, I traveled throughout the Caribbean and Latin America. And you know, my work for the government has taken me to places that I can't really mention here, but some pretty far corners of the world as well. So I'm very, very excited and enthusiastic about the passport bro phenomenon. I want you guys to boldly go where no bros have gone before and to explore the corners of the world. Pay attention and respect the laws. Take Brittany Griner's example, because people do not screw around when it comes to us respecting their local laws, okay? Leave the canisters at home, leave the vape cartridges at home, leave any trace of anything that has anything to do with THC or marijuana or cannabis or any other kind of products that could be considered illegal in their country alone. Read up on the customs and learn a little bit of the language and learn how to count their money. I cannot stress that enough. Learn how to count the money before you go. Okay, go to the airport, go to the international exchange, trade in a C note, trade in $100 bills for the local currency there. It's going to be the worst exchange rate you could ever have, but it's good because you want to have a little bit of the local paper in your pocket when you land on the plane. You don't know if the airport currency exchange is open and you need to get your ass in a cab and get your ass to a hotel. So have about $100 in local currency in your pocket and be friendly with the lady at the window when you exchange your money and ask them to show you how the money is counted, right? That's right. Hit the subscribe, hit the bell for notification, comment, and all of that good stuff. I really appreciate it. So, I mean, basically, these are the things that anyone should pay attention to. Respect the local laws and customs. Remember that people have their eyes on you because you are an American. Remember that there are going to be predators that are going to be out to rob you. Remember that there are going to be taxi cab drivers that are going to think you're stupid, and so they're going to take the extra long way to get where you're going. If you can GPS and get directions, if you can GPS on your phone and get directions to where you're going before you get into the cab, it's best to do it that way. Or if you can use Lyft or Uber, it might be better. But that is something that I've had to come across. Don't break any laws when you get there. Don't drink on the street if it's not legal to drink on the street. Don't give local police, especially in impoverished countries, don't give local police an opportunity to shake you down and to try to get money from you. Don't be a loudmouth. Don't show off your money. Don't show off your bling. Don't make it rain. Don't embarrass yourself. Don't be an asshole. Don't flaunt your wealth, okay, in front of people who don't have it. Remember to keep yourself polite. Give your best effort at speaking the local language. Give your best effort, okay? Have condoms in your pocket, all right? I can't stress this enough. I mean, people go so far around the world and it's so stupid, okay? Understand your dietary habits, okay? Because if you start introducing a lot of bacteria and things from other parts of the world into your system with foods that you don't normally eat, then you may find yourself cutting some really bad farts and or spending some time on the toilet or even in the hospital. I've been hospitalized with acute gastroenteritis 3 times in my life. Okay, so I know how it is. I'm a foodie. I like to travel and I like to eat, and that's sometimes a dangerous combination if you have a weak intestinal constitution. Now, with regard to approaching the young ladies or approaching women, I have my own taste. I tend to prefer cultural events. You know, there's the Tasca phenomenon in Spain, which are bars where the lights are on. You'll find the lights about as bright as there are in here. And, you know, these are the kind of joints that I like to hang out at. I'm not into the smoky, dark discotheque scene, you know, where it's so loud that you can't hear in the, you know, when you're trying to talk to a female and the drinks are watered down, so you're buying, you know, spending a bunch of money on alcohol. You know, I'm really not into that scene. But there are other places where you can go and buy these little tapas, which are really small, bite-sized hors d'oeuvres or morsels of food. And you can enjoy those with a glass of champagne or a glass of whatever, beer or wine. And the lights are on and they're dim and the music is not too loud. So if you meet someone who's interesting, you can actually have interesting conversations with them. And this is a scene that I find a lot in Madrid. In fact, if you go to Madrid, you should go to La Bodeguita del Medio. That's right, La Bodeguita del Medio. There's the original one in Cuba, which is where the mojito drink was invented. Of course, all they did was steal the mint julep from New Orleans, because all drinks started in New Orleans. But the son of the proprietor of La Bodeguita del Medio in Madrid also has a bar of the same name, La Bodeguita del Medio, in Madrid. And if you ever visit Madrid, it's right in front of La Puerta de Alcalá. So if mírala, La Puerta de Alcalá. Si conoces a Madrid, a España, cuando estás caminando por Gran Vía.
BiomedRx Optimum Woman is the only woman's high-potency full-spectrum multiple vitamin supplement to contain 56 nutrients, including those most important for today's woman, such as calcium for bone health, iron for healthy red blood cells, beta-carotene, biotin for nail and hair health, gamma-linoleic acid from evening primrose oil, octasanol, grapeseed extract, a potent antioxidant important for maintaining capillary strength, and vegetarian digestive enzyme. Visit www.biomedrxsupplements.com.
Qué suerte la mía que me interruptan mientras que estoy hablando castellano sobre España. Yes, well, at least they interrupted me with these beautiful ladies. So back to what I was saying. I like to be in an environment where I can meet ladies that have no idea where I'm from or who I am. I like to dress as much like a local as I can. I like to act as much like a local as I can. I like to learn and appreciate and respect the local cultures. Please don't bring your American snobbery about your vegan diet and all of this bullshit, because people are going to be offering you the signature dishes of their country. And I think it's quite rude to turn them down. I that's just my personal thing. Now, will I eat monkey brains? No, I won't eat monkey brains. Sorry. But short of monkey brains, they're you know, and kangaroo or whatever other kind of meat that I'm not really accustomed to eating. If it's a beef dish or even a pork dish, I don't mind taking a taste. You should be gracious when people are trying to introduce you to their culture, and you should be respectful of those cultures. And then you will learn when you get there that it's not all about just grabbing a trophy bride, but that it's actually expanding. You're actually expanding yourself as a human being, and you're expanding your horizons as a person. And I think it's very important to get out and to see what's important in the world, and to start valuing these experiences, right? Aggregating these experiences. Yeah, that's about it. You know, that's about it. If you're going to be traveling, if you're going to be a passport bro with sense. understand what the tourist attractions are, understand what the unique aspects of the host country and the host culture are before you go, before you visit the country, so that when you get there, you can make the most of your time there, that you can make the most of your visit, so that you don't miss things that you really should have seen and really should have experienced and really should have partaken in, by not knowing about it before you got there. And make that a part of your experience, regardless of whether or not you practice a little sex tourism or not. And I'm only saying that tongue in cheek because I respect your experience, and I don't think that is sex tourism. But just remember, every society has various levels of social class, and you can associate with the wrong class of people here in the United States, just like you can associate with the wrong class of people anywhere in the world. Okay? And you can find a winner probably easier outside the United States than you can here inside the United States. I'm not going to lie to you about that. But if you're going to be looking for a winner, make sure that you are, in fact, a winner yourself, right? I think that's important, okay? Be at your best. Have a vision for what it is that you want in your life, and the right partner that will help you get there will appear. And if you're bold enough and courageous enough and ballsy enough, and as much of enough of a visionary to actually get a passport and get overseas and date and travel and explore, then God bless you, because more power to you. More power to you. Remember, the most important doors that you're going to pass through in your life are doors that you're going to pass through alone. Alone, 100% alone, you by yourself. I know it sounds lonely and it feels lonely. Kind of feels like death in a sense, right? Because that's another passage that you're going to make by yourself. But the most significant doors that you're going to make in life, you're going to make by yourself. You're going to pass through alone. You're going to pass through by yourself. And if nothing else, if you glean nothing else from this conversation, glean that. Like I said, I support you, brothers. I applaud you for being willing to travel internationally. I think that American culture, Black American culture, and all American culture stands to benefit from intercultural relationships between foreign men and women, and American women, as well as foreign women and American men, in both scenarios. I think it's a good thing. I think it's a good and positive and constructive thing. And I think it can only, that type of diversity, the type of diversity that is inside of families, is a diversity that can only enrich us as a people when all is said and done. And that being said, I think I'm just getting ready to close out, because I really didn't expect to be talking this long, to be honest, about being a passport bro. But being a passport bro was a great experience for me. All right. There was no such thing as a passport bro. Right. I was overseas from 1984 to 88. And so during that time, the internet was not, well, the internet did exist, but it didn't exist in the form that it exists now. So these terms did not exist. But take it from me, I am an OG passport bro. I'm a passport OG, because I've been down with this passport thing actually before I was with American women. And I can totally get where you're coming from, okay? I want everybody out there to stay kind, all right? Today was just for the fellas, I guess, right? It was a conversation for the fellas. I want everyone to stay kind, because kind is not only the new sexy, kind is the only damn sexy. You know that. I want everyone to stay blessed, and I want everyone to stay healthy. Merry Christmas and peace.
Gold label quality BiomedRx CBD oil is made from organic hemp that is locally grown, glyphosate-free, gluten-free, non-GMO, homogenized, third-party tested, and CO2 extracted. Visit www.biomedrxcbd.com.
BiomedRx Optimum Woman is the only woman's high-potency full-spectrum multiple vitamin supplement to contain 56 nutrients, including those most important for today's woman, such as calcium for bone health, iron for healthy red blood cells, beta-carotene, biotin for nail and hair health, gamma-linoleic acid from evening primrose oil, octasanol, grapeseed extract, a potent antioxidant important for maintaining capillary strength, and vegetarian digestive enzymes. Visit www.biomedrxsupplements.com.